Hey, what's up guys? I have a huge busy day ahead with my friends and family, so it's fitting that we get busy in the arena too with a ton of royal recruits. I gotta push up to Ultimate Champion fast for content for you guys, and on a tighter timeline, I have no room for losses. So it makes sense for us to rush to this recruits deck that's played in the top 150 in the world, destroying everyone it faces. With constant split lane pressure of royal recruits and evolved archers, if the opponent slips up once, they lose their tower. You're poking and prodding with your spears and arrows, and all you need is one archer locked onto the tower to level the entire thing. Once you identify a weak point on either side of your recruits and archers, you go in for the Ram Rider to put in even more pain. It is problematic for opponents to ever attack this deck, because if they go in with bait cards and stumble through at the wrong point into a Mother Witch or Skeleton King, the counter push can screw them over completely. Or they can throw the game by giving you a free king to activation with Fisherman, or get slowed down by the Ram Rider while you spring and charge forward with incredible counter push. We're playing 5 games today, and all of them are gonna go in the video. Win or lose, it don't matter. Let's rush through and assert dominance. I have full faith in the superiority of this super spam deck. And lots of recruits love to everyone that's supporting the channel with credit code SirTag. Yo, we got a game against Romanos. So I wonder if he's gonna take us to Roman times and feel like a gladiator in this arena. I'll be real glad if he spams directly into royal recruits, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna do that. He's gonna go for a goblin bear off to the side. Actually, he gives us 3 elixir on a silver platter. And these recruits are getting fatter. These things are really building up a beefy push for us with a Ram Rider on the left side as well. So we've exhausted 10 elixir from our opponent, and I've spent a little bit less than him because he's going to go in for a Goblin Gang and log after. So really good positioning for us because we can go in for a slimy Skeleton King, pull the Dark Prince, bop back the Bandit, and collect all the souls. This is the king for a reason. He is ready to unleash his entire army. So I'm going to go for arrows here as well. Maybe we can kill the princess before it unleashes a burst of fire, and that's fantastic. Skeletons locking on the tower, forcing out a Dark Prince, and putting us in a perfect position forward. So instead of cycling a Fisherman, I would prefer to go and drop our archers a little bit earlier. What this accomplishes, the archers split, so then the Dark Prince can't kill them all in a swing. And also, we are able to get to the evolution a lot faster than we would with a Fisherman, right? Fisherman's just like, hey, I'm going to be cycled, and sure, I'll accomplish what you need killing the Dark Prince, but we're going to slow you down a little bit, Jake. And that's not how we go. We know one speed, driving forward as fast as possible. So this guy is going to have a limit to how many Goblin Barrels he can do on that end, because we are going to be able to go in for Mother Witches and counter pushing recruits and things that he doesn't have the ability to go and cycle back to Goblin Barrels and beat on offense into. Especially like if we can go in for a Ram Rider here into the Bandit, I think that he's not going to have that much elixir to counter it. Especially since he's going to have to drop the Dark Prince and all his other stuff on the right side. So I figured might as well do some dual lane shenanigans. Arrows here is a bit risky, but I think it will work out. We didn't get to kill the Dark Prince. That's so unfortunate. I think it's going to bot my tower. Wait, never mind. Yo, I was so pessimistic. I thought for sure since the Goblin was wiggling its way in front that I was screwed, but I guess not. All right, we're going to use Fisherman here because we're going to be able to pull in the Princess to the Princess Tower. And it's cannibalism here, guys, in its final form. Princess on Princess action. Fortunately for us, our princess worked and won. But, you know, maybe he'll have the evolved princess one day and he'll shoot down princess towers. That would be so bad for the game. Anyway, we're going to pop the ability here just because I want the Dark Prince to waste its charge. Ideally, that will work out for us. And then we can go for a Mother Witch to get more value. Ideally, we can get a couple piggies here. If that doesn't happen, I'm in a really bad spot. A little bit of a brain rot strategy here, guys. We spammed a bit too hard at the bridge. And, wait, it kind of wasn't that bad somehow. We can go in for a Ram Rider, go and pull this Bandit as well. Interestingly enough, that's a play that is possible. And then we can go in for evolved archers if we need to. Oh, this is looking really, really bad. I got to get recruits down in front or we're going to lose the game. So, well played on the opponent's end. He pressured at the exact moment that we were weak. He knew that we didn't have that much elixir, and he took advantage of it. I think we're going to be able to get this down, and the Dark Prince won't hit my tower. Wait, this game is coming down to the wire. I have massive counter pressure, though. I'm going to eat the Bandit, and then I'm just going to Ram Rider directly into the Dark Prince. That Evolved Archer will destroy his entire existence. Look at it, killing the Dark Prince, forcing out a rocket from the opponent. He's definitely in a way worse spot. So he'll probably go Goblin Barrel here. So if that's going to happen, I need to afford the arrows. So I'm going to go for Royal Recruits as my best defense and offense at the same time, simultaneously. Meanwhile, we can go for the arrows to counteract the Goblin Barrel. So I bet you he's going to have to go Goblin Gang. And when he does, I would love to go Mother Witch. But the issue is, I think that he's going to try to go in for a, I don't know, Rascals here? Oh, wait, never mind. Wait, no Rascals. We're the Rascal here. We're more mischievous than any Rascal could ever hope to be. And if I fire a ball, he might get fired. He might not have a position in this game any longer. So I will want to go in for a Ram Rider as fast as possible because I do not think if we go on the left side, it's I don't think it's advantageous for me. I want him to go and spam stuff in the right, because if we don't take the tower, then we could just fireball it, right? All we needed was that one Ram Rider connection. If we rammed on the left, it didn't matter, because like we would have taken the tower there too. But the counter pushing cards could have taken out my lower HP tower. So it's important, if you have both towers at equal amount of lowness, you take the tower that your opponent doesn't get counter push. Really talented log bait player for the first game of the day. It's always fun beating good players. Leoville, this guy finished 598 in 2v2. So you already know, if you're that good at the game and you're able to finish in the top 1,000, you're definitely someone deserving of the respect. I don't know if he's going to be as good as the last player that we played against with Logbait that really had a good manipulation of cycle, applied pressure at the exact points that I was weak. We'll see. I mean, I think he's probably going to be pretty decent. He also is running overpowered Goblinstein, so a little bit scared about that. Not going to lie. Good players with even better cards is one of my weaknesses. I lose to fantastic players that can spam with overpowered machines. Because this thing, it really is built different. It stays alive for freaking forever. And I think he's going to pop the ability to kill all of our cards. One of my favorite things to do is Ram Rider on Ram Rider action. Because if you can make that happen, it slows down their Ram Rider while your Princess Tower devours what else they drop. Ooh, we're going to pop ability here so the Ram Rider might not get targeted. If that Pekka locks onto skeletons instead, he might end up dead. That is awesome. We forced out a zap there too. 2 for 2, but we got even more value because we're able to get him to distract the Pekka for a little bit longer. We're going to be probably dropping our archers here to counter the Pekka. Maybe he'll go arrows. If he does, then I won't be able to afford my recruit, so I'd have to sacrifice a fisherman. Fortunately, we didn't have to catch that L. We ended up catching the Pekka with only 3 elixir spent. So generally, they'll drop a bandit or something here, so I want to get ready with my rail recruits. If it wasn't going to be a bandit, I think it's better for me to just go in for the recruits anyway. I just was going to drop it a little bit earlier because obviously the bandit dash is on the tower, so I had to be ready and raring to go. Unfortunately, homie is going to end up having a wizard, which is really hard for us to beat, but I might be able to fireball here and then possibly arrows if he's freaking out. Wait! That's magical! We vanished the wizard with a fireball! What the heck? I never thought my recruit would be that intelligent. I thought that they were brainless. I thought they were always picking their nose, but I guess they can go and pick the wizard off of the map too. That's pretty good, man. All right, we're going to go Skeleton King in the back. We're going to go and drop that on the left side because we have all of our damage there, and also he has no damage there, really. We can go dual lane pressure and drop our Ram Rider on the right. Definitely want to get back to recruits or we're probably screwed. We're going to try to go for our Ram Rider now. I bet you he goes Ram Rider. Wait, he went wizard. I don't think he has elixir for the Ram Rider. Bro doesn't have elixir for the Ram Rider. Is he just going to all in me? He's definitely going to all in me. That is sketchy, bro. Don't do this to me. All right, we have to go and pull his stuff, and then fireball here needs to be happening soon. Well, we're dead. I mean, we still might be dead. I think I just sacked the tower and stopped the 3 crowd. That's the way that I want to play this one out. Because we've done a lot of damage to the other side. I think I'm okay with it. We can go for evolved archers here, get a Skeleton King down. Maybe just eat the Pekka to hit. It's not that bad. Just one simple Pekka hit. We can take it. So we're going to use the evolved archers and try to pressure towards the 3 crown. I definitely think he's expecting the left side. So if we go for the 3 crown and we have the evolved archers screw him over, it'll be really funny. Because we're not going to be able to break through the wizard, I think. Yo, he wasn't ready. Look at him. He's cycling a ton of stuff here as well. We can definitely fireball and then kill that with the Ram Rider because the Ram Rider is doing a value. And I don't know if we're going to 3 crown, but I was kind of hoping that it would work out. Like applying pressure there to force extra elixir from the opponent. Also, if we just get a Skeleton King down here, we're not going to get slimed by that Ram Rider. Also, Archer's going to put in enough work here. The Goblinstein without the doctor is like a dog without a leash. It's just roaming, bewildered, and not really understanding where it should go. So I want to go in for another Ram Rider here. It's annoying that he's consistently doing that, but it is probably the best play for us. If we go into this and we fireball, he loses the doctor and he doesn't get the ludicrous value that he's hoping for. So going for the 3 crown isn't the best decision in the world in some situations, but in this specific matchup, I'm okay doing that. Also, really good arrows value here. We're going to be able to slime the doctor and also all of his other stuff. I'm going to try to go in for our Ram Rider counter with rail recruits. I don't think it's going to work out great, but it is our best option available. Also, if we get counter push here on both sides, he might not expect us to go on the left side finally. So we're going to continuously apply more pressure here. I think we can go in for a fisherman to go and pull that. And if we do, we might be able to go in for a Ram Rider after. I think the wizard going to the wrong side is what we needed. So I'm going to fireball, I'm going to arrows. That will definitely do a lot. If we can get the Ram Rider on the tower, that's going to be scary for our Sir. Also, wait, if I get recruits down and I get to body block this Royal Ghost, we're vibing. This is actually the push that we needed. All right, we're going to go and push his wizard again into the middle. And I think that's our best play. Using the fisherman is just something that people aren't ready for. The fisherman, it pulled it again. There's no way that the fisherman just did that. That was the most useful fisherman I've ever seen in Clash Royale history. That thing pulled so much value for us, and it stopped his Ram Rider from screwing me over. I would have had to fireball that, stopping my offense in the tracks because I would have had no elixir. But the 3 elixir fisherman got to go and pull him twice. First off, frying the wizard and then the Ram Rider right after. The 2 most impactful cards in the game were shut down by a 3 elixir fisherman, giving us a +7 elixir trade and the most crucial point in the match, truly turning the tide of battle. Let's see if we can gather up 3 wins in a row. We're totally on a roll right now, and this guy's gonna go through it with a Hog Rider. So if you're jumping for joy near our tower, I think you're gonna be jumping in sadness soon. Because I can go in for a Mother Witch if you drop any bait card in the middle to distract our recruits. If you want to go and cycle that Musketeer, that's an entirely different story. I do kind of wish I went in for a Fireball in the Valkyrie as well, but hey, we'll take what we can get. We're not going to be super sad about it. I bet you go for a Hog Rider without anything tanking for it, so I could activate King Tower with the Fisherman. Reason is, when we see Valkyrie, it's unlikely that our opponent's going to have an Ice Golem in this deck. It's unlikely that they're going to have a Knight. They usually just have one little tank for their Hog Rider, or a defensive tank against, you know, Battle Rams or Ram Riders or Bandits. And then after that, they'll end up having cycle cards like an Ice Spirit Skeletons. And then they might have a range card like Musketeer or Firecracker. But once you're able to figure out like what the components of a deck are typically, you know what you can and can't get away with. So I feel really comfortable on defense because I've assessed his deck and I know he's not going to have a crazy card like an Ice Golem, because his placeholder is already filled with the Valkyrie. All right, we can go in for a Mother Witch on the right side because I'm kind of apprehensive about going in for anything else. I would love to go for a Fireball here. I think hitting everything is fantastic. And then we could definitely arrows to finish it all off. The only downside about this is I'm not able to activate King Tower with this Fisherman because the Hog Rider would die. And also on top of it, another downside about it is cycling that Mother Witch in the back. It's going to give me some damage, but I'd like more than that. Sure, we got a bunch, but he got a huge Hog Rider hammer hits there too. Unfortunately for him, his Hog Rider is Fireball and arrow resistant. That thing is built to withstand whatever stuff we want to throw at it. Unless you're using a Fisherman, then it's a bit of a different story. As you guys saw in the last match, he is the MVP in our hearts, in the game, pretty much everywhere. The thing's insane how he loops in the wins and loops in whatever cards your opponent throws at you. So I should be good to go here on defense. I think it's better for us to cycle the Skeleton King on the left. Usually if your opponent's got Firecracker, you can't do that, but since we saw Musketeer, it's not that scary. Oh, wow. All right, well, still fine. We should be able to activate King Tower, just a little bit of a late King Tower activation. And then we're going to go for recruits right at the river. We've got Fisherman counter pushing, and this is the prime time position for us. If we have recruits and we also have our evolved archers here, it's going to be way harder for him to stop us. So the evolved archer split up means that I probably want to go on the right side just because I can guarantee you that that's not going to be able to pull. And then we can arrows on the skeletons, have the evolved archer stay alive and possibly lock tower. Yo, look at that stupid archer. Wow, it's dumb how that is able to do so much damage as half of a 3 elixir card. That is 1.5 elixir worth of value there, guys. That's it. That's all we spent, 1.5 elixir. And we took an entire tower with a card half of its HP at 1.5 elixir. That's just insane. And that's why you split lane pressure with evolved archers, because if you find an opportunity to break through a building and then have a Ram Rider or a Fisherman tanking for the archer and the archer locks on the tower, it's an instant win. Hey, and with that one, we pushed up to Royal Champion really early in the season. I think we're gonna hit Ultimate Champion like second day. Here we go, 4 wins in a row, please. We already got 3. We are having this way too easy. I'm telling you right now, this game is easy autopilot mode with Royal Recruits. You got Skeleton King as well, sprinkling in the skellies, just decorating the map with a whole bunch of homies. You're having a good time because the opponent's like, wait, kill the recruits, not have to deal with morbid spam. This is morbid for me. Anyway, I want to go in for a Ram Rider here because he's not doing anything. Usually if you get to double or triple elixir and you find out your opponent's got like Electro Giant Bowler, it's pretty bad. So I wouldn't advise for you to do this very often. It's usually better for your opponent to make the first play, but we decided against it today. Also, I'm going to try to pull the Dark Prince so then the Mother Witch doesn't die, but the Mother Witch got bopped anyway. Feels bad, man. We still got a Piggy for our troubles, though. It's just not going to work so well. The Piggy barely does anything if it hit. Okay, never mind. We're winning the game, right? No, we're losing. The log did more damage than a Piggy hit? I didn't know that. I actually was unaware. But the Fisherman! Catching value at every single opportunity. I love it. Also, y'all might be laughing at me. You might be like, Jake, why would you cycle recruits when your opponent drops Royal Hogs and you have Fireball in cycle? Generally, I'm a big fan of cycling cards that give us evolutions, and I'm also a huge fan of getting counter push. Whereas the fireball sits on my side of the map, it doesn't even full counter the Royal Hogs. They get damage on the tower. And also another thing is, like, I just don't like not having evolutions. I said that earlier, but man, if you play Royal Recruits and you don't spam them frequently, you're not getting the full value of the card. If you don't end up doing that, usually you're going to lose the game if your opponent's abusing their evolutions. Like, this guy's going to be trying to spam mortars at me. Unfortunately, it will lock onto my tower here. I was able to force out skeletons and a phoenix. That's 5 elixir down the drain already with a mortar. So that's a total of 9 elixir invested to counter 5 for us. We're going to take damage for sure, but that puts us in a position where I feel supremely confident spamming the river right now. In fact, if I'm up that amount, why don't I just drop the recruits at the river? Like, straight up. That's what's up. And then we can fireball on top of a firecracker and hopefully a Dark Prince too. I would love to hit more, but unfortunately the Dark Prince did not get blasted into the fireball. He's gonna go skeletons. He's smart. He's not dropping them up high. He knows that we got Mother Witch, so dropping them more low. So then if I drop the Mother Witch in the middle and try to make prediction, it just doesn't work out. The mortar is obnoxious. I hate playing into that. All right, we can go Ram Rider here, and then I definitely need to get a good arrows, and I think that's very feasible here. So if we're able to hit skeletons as well, or a phoenix, that would have been fantastic, but it's still good. I mean, it's not that bad for us. We can go for archers here. Guys, we might lose this game. We might not get 4 wins in a row. I need it, though. I feel it in my soul that I got to collect this win. All right, Skeleton King, you are going to have to do the dirty work against this Dark Prince. We had a really bad start, to be honest, especially with this firecracker. It's such a nuisance. Oh, okay, great fireball value. We'll take that. I mean, if you're going to drop other things into it, I think I have to. Easy arrows value as well. The only downside is we haven't been able to apply enough pressure on the right side, and he's going to have Dark Prince as a nice mechanism of killing our bait cards like recruits. So I think we have to apply a lot of pressure. We got our evolved archers. Are we able to make it happen? Also, the ability of cycling double evolutions at the same time really compounds the strength that you have with this deck. Having 1 evolution is really scary, but if you have 2, that's brand new value. That's what's up. That is truly the most scary thing in the game for the opponent. The evolved archer staying alive on the right side, and it will lock tower. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about. We are so back. We are so freaking back. He mortars. I think we Ram Rider immediately on the other side. Wait, he's smart. He's really, really good at the game. I hate the fact that he's smart, because usually people will not do that. If you're good enough to realize that, oh, I should spell cycle for the rest of the game, then you're not the opponent I want to play against. You are really, really smart. So I'm going to try to fireball here. I think we're able to knock back the Royal Hogs and not take damage, but man, it's annoying. He's just going to keep doing these skillless firecrackers. I'm going to pop the ability. I wonder if we can find our way through. I need damage now. Oh my goodness, this is really coming down the wire. I think he's going to have a faster cycle than me. I could go in for archers and fireball again. I think I got it, right? If I don't do that, I just lose. All right. Do we kill the firecracker? I don't know. I actually am unaware if it's going to work out in our favor, but I have to try. I have to try extremely hard here. When I go and counter the firecracker like that, when I drop in arrows, if I'm able to get value with the evolved archers again, we might be able to win the game. If the Ram Rider gets a hit, oh my gosh, if that got a hit, we would have won. Evolved archers here, we cycled fireball, so I have to go in. If I don't get a hit right now, we lose. Oh my goodness, this is really coming down the wire. I could fireball that, but I think I lose if he goes in for Royal Hogs. Why is he not Royal Hogsing me? Does he not realize? He needs to Royal Hogs me. We're going to fireball. We're going to do more damage to Piggy. Let's go. 4 wins in a row. We are keeping up the streak today. Unstoppable with the skillless Royal Recruit spam. Antonio got cooked like a fresh margarita pizza coming out of an Italian oven. Shout out to my Italian ancestors for helping me cook Antonio. It's actually too easy playing this deck. And this guy's apparently a pro, so I might be at a loss for words if I lose this game. I really don't want to match into Edgar from Brawl Stars just jumping on us with his super, you know? He is such a sadistic sir, also running Royal Recruits. If I lose to this, I gotta resign. I gotta delete my channel. You guys can never see my face again. I mean, Royal Recruits are my main deck in Clash Royale, and I love playing them. I also know the rules of the duel. If you play Royal Recruits and you fight on your opponent's side of the map, you're losing the interaction hard, because the recruits always give counter push value first and foremost. I would love to activate King Tower here with the Lumberjack, and I think I can. I'm going to deploy my Fisherman right now. So this is fantastic because the Lumberjack spills, and then it spills over excess value for me. Also, I feel comfortable dropping Royal Recruits right now because I don't think that this guy's going to be back to them, and he's going to have Cannoneer, so it's going to be really hard for him to defend. If he has Royal Recruits, I'll eat my own words. He's got the scuffed Royal Recruits. He's going to have Kari, it's enhanced no elixir, right? This is bad, bro. This is bad. You're gonna be so sad. And that ram has already won us the game, probably, right? If I defend this push, it's a free win, and there's nothing he can do. So please, let me hold the door here, guys. I'm gonna go for an evolved archer cycle after these regular archers, so it's gonna get even easier for us to stop later. He'll probably have a balloon deck, if I had to guess, since we see a lumberjack, and he also was pretty aggressive. Like, most players that run Royal Recruits realize that they can't do that. So I would expect him to run balloon. I'm just going to save my Ram Rider, fireball it back if I need to. It's going to be a free win. Hey, there's the balloon. I was right. And now we're going to get it out of my sight. So I'm going to use evolved archers to snipe. Even if you have arrows, it's going to die before. It doesn't matter. Then I can go for fisherman on top of the wizard, pull back the Pekka, and take literally 0 damage. That's the reason I love this deck so darn much. It is very tough for opponents to stop if they don't have the perfect cycle in hand. Now the game's going to get even more out of hand because I have a plan of cycling a Ram Rider right into him, possibly popping an ability, but this is just so free. This Pekka was on a non-stop journey trying to cross the bridge to our tower, but it was getting pulled around by recruits and fishermen, and it was accomplishing nothing. In the Royal Recruits Rumble, Edgar got wrecked. Even though we won, we're left with one question. Was Edgar's deck more toxic than Edgar from Brawl Stars? Because I haven't seen Lumberjack Balloon with Royal Recruits Evolution and Pekka Evolution in the same deck. Even if you play against Looney Tunes mid-ladder monsters, this no-skill deck still has you covered. The slow of Ram Rider paired with the pulling of Fisherman, the distraction of Royal Recruits, and the high damage of Evolved Archers allows you to stop any offense in the game, letting me cruise through 5 matches in a row without even having to stop and think. Archer arrow the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.